Hey everyone, welcome back to the Lawn Golfer. Today's video is in addition to the recent turf laying project we did at my brother's place. So we had a bit of turf left over, and we thought we would be able to lay in this I guess gap in between his neighbour's house and his house. We weren't planning on laying there; it was just some old buffalo there. But we thought with the leftover wintergreen, we could show you in a video, I guess from start to finish on a really small area, about how you prepare some old grass, remove that, put down your underlay soil, flatten it out, and then lay the new turf as well, and then water it in and show you what it looks like post that. So as you can see here, my brother, he's got his machine there. He's lucky enough to have some machines, and he's able to rip up the old turf. I think his neighbour's actually going to take some of this old turf and play it and lay it in some other parts of his house. So you'll probably see him pop over at some point as well. But that's basically going to be what's involved in this video. We're not going to go. I'll add in some commentary along the way of what we're doing, but basically all we're doing here is just removing the old turf, and we'll start to get that undersoil in. So please sit back and enjoy, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, so as you can see, we've removed all of the old turf now, and we've started to bring in the turf underlay. So we've got Fletch there on the old, I don't even know what you call that one, but that's the tool we use for a bit of concreting, and you'll see my brother will get out the screed shortly as well, to be able to start to really get the levels there. We're just removing all of this old turf. Can't remember yet if the neighbours come and picked up. It must have already picked it up at this point and picked up the old turf as well. So you'll see we'll just be flattening this out now, getting it as flat as possible, and then kind of stomping it down, as you can see Fletch doing there, just trying to get that really firm base. Sometimes if you aren't kind of stomping it down, it gets a bit powdery, and then we end up having as people are laying the turf, it can end up being a little bit different. And also when it gets wet, it can also impact the levels quite a bit as well. James is pretty particular with his levels. He would have screeded the entire front lawn there that you can see we laid earlier. So that would have all been screeded perfectly. And we've actually got James is the one that screeds my my putting green preparation as well whenever I top dress that, because we want to have that one as flat as possible. So we'll continue on now. I'll fast forward this next bit, and then probably the next spot we'll have a chat is when we start to lay. Okay, so we're at the final points of the flattening there. You can actually see James's neighbours has arrived. He's probably using that turf we dug up for him and putting that in different places. So as you can see, Fletch and James are both on the street now. I think Fletch has got the level there, using it as a screed. I don't know if he's using it as well to make sure it's level. But getting to the final points, there's a few little holes that I'm filling in there as well. But as you can see, really flat. I think with such a small spot, it's pretty easy to get your levels sweet. And James just working it all back to the 1 point there, which is all looking pretty good. So I think we will start to lay the turf in a moment. So this is the wintergreen that we've laid on the other side of James's grass. I think I would have mentioned in the other video, but that grass is the same grass they have at Suncorp, and Suncorp Stadium for anyone that's outside of Australia. So really good grass. It's comes from the same farm, and it's very strong and resistant to a lot of things. And it's not a Tiff Tough or a Tahoma or anything like that, but it's still a really quality grass, and you can get it down quite low as well as being really resistant to any issues that might arise. So I think with that, the boys will start laying. We'll just be following the usual process, just trying to tuck it in wherever we can. It's a pretty narrow spot here, so there won't be too much of a pattern going on, I don't think. We'll just be trying to get it in as much as possible and dig around some of that little drain there or whatever that is, manhole. As you can see, there's still a bit of work going on up the top, filling in any of the gaps on the old turf. Dad's got the roller out, trying to flatten it all out. And so that'll end up looking really schmick as well. All right, sit back and we'll get this lay done, and I think that'll be it for the video. Well, basically that's it now. So all the turf's been laid. We've filled in the gaps with a bit of soil. James is now just giving a bit of a water, and we'll get the roller onto it now as well, just to try and make sure we get that connection with the soil. As you can see, a few of the boys are starting to have a beer already, so it's all starting to slow down a bit today. It's been a pretty big day to get to where we are, but I think it's been good just to show you in a small space how to lay your own turf and what preparation or activities you should do. James will probably give this a feed of fertilizer in a few weeks' time. Probably 2 to 4 weeks is what we like to do as well. And I'll put some photos up in a few weeks' time as well, just to show you how it's all settled in. But thanks again for watching this episode of The Lawn Golfer. Next week, hopefully, we'll be on the putting green and having a look at that one. Thanks, guys.